So this is the first in a series of hammock videos. I'm going to be explaining everything about all the different kinds of hammocks, what to look for when you buy, suspension systems. We're going to talk about insulation and bug netting and tarps and weather protection and stands, along with homemade stands. So I'm going to start out with a little survey of all the different kinds of hammocks. These are called gathered end hammocks. They're meant for camping or travel. They're lightweight, and they usually all fit in a little tiny bag that's attached. You can carry those along with you. They usually weigh less than a pound. And there are a whole bunch of these. This is one that's made by Grand Trunk. It's called Ultralight. It costs anywhere from 17 to 20 bucks. You can get them on Amazon or eBay or other places online. This is the Walmart Equip hammock, and that costs anywhere from $15 to $23. You can go on walmart.com or go in the stores. We're going to look at this one in particular because it's a good strong hammock and gives you a nice comfortable setup. A little heavy, but it's a good starter hammock. There are a bunch of these other ones. This one's called Yes for All. You can find this on Amazon and on eBay. It's a super light hammock. It's really comfortable, and it's just a really good choice. These cost 16 bucks delivered. There are a bunch of these other generic kinds. You get this one at Target. We're going to spend some time later talking about the kinds that have bug netting. Eno is a really popular brand. This is the Eno Double, and it's a little wider, but I think for most people you want to use a hammock that's just one of the standard ones that we're using here to get started. That'll give you a good introduction. There's some other kinds. Bayer and a couple other brands are available that have these end ropes. I think most people tend to stay away from these a little bit in the beginning, especially because they're a little harder to manage. You've got ropes with a little clue at the end that attaches to your attachment point. These are nice and light. They tend to be a little bit lighter, but see, if you get the ropes tangled up, they can be a mess. You kind of have to wrap these up so the ends are not anywhere near the other ropes. So we'll stay away from those also in the beginning, but they're a nice option if you want really super light and wide hammock, long, wide hammock without all the weight of carrying around a ton of fabric. So we're going to start with the Walmart Equip, and you'll see most of these hammocks come with a lot of metal. This is a fresh new one. You can see the ends have this whole mess of rope and some metal. I'm going to show you the way that I've settled on setting these things up. First thing I do, I don't use anything but rope. So we're going to cover a lot about knots in the video. I just take all this stuff apart. A traditional way of doing this is to tie the rope around the tree. Basically put the end of the rope through the loop that goes around the tree, and you have a whole bunch of these knots, and you can hook your carabiner or your piece of metal onto those knots. So you have to have knots at every position where you might potentially want your hammock set up. I think that's a little awkward and a little troublesome. Makes for more weight. So first thing I do is take off all the metal. Just toss that to the side, and all I use is a piece of rope. I'm going to talk a little bit about rope here. You get maybe 10 feet of rope with the Walmart Equip, and it's just a cheap little poly rope, maybe like 5 feet. I'm going to take all of this out of here, and you can see this is called a gathered end hammock. You can make your own gathered end hammock. It's just a rectangle piece of cloth. The ones that you buy have a little sewn edge that you can put all of your line through, and that's where the hammock hangs, and it just pulls all of this tight. You'll see some videos online. You can just tie your own gathered end hammock. You tie a rope around it and attach another rope to it, and you can use a sheet. You can get these things going for as little as $4 or $5 if you just buy a piece of cloth and tie some rope to it. What I'm going to do here, though, is just pull the line through. I'm going to cover the knots in a second, but right now I just use a little, this is called a sheet bend. I'm going to tie the long rope to the short rope, and I do this with every hammock I get. I pull out all this extra suspension stuff and just put this inside the edge and pull it through. Just have to work the knot inside here, and all we're doing is getting out all that extra stuff that's in the suspension and hooking one rope to it. And what you need to do is fit it inside, and you use the end of the rope that was already in there. I kind of messed up. I could have used the loop that was already there, but this will work. Put it around the knot and use the end that was in there to pull it through. A lot of people will take a needle, a long needle, and just use it to sort of pull through. Just a piece of rope. If you don't have a piece of rope in there, you can just tie a knot to the end of the rope and work it through with your fingers. It's not as hard to do as you might think. Okay, so now we got a piece of rope going through the gathered end. And first bit about suspensions, I'm going to show you the first knot. We're going to use the same knot everywhere. I'm going to start with the hammock stand, and we'll do the same thing on the trees. So, you got an end here. You have two pieces of rope coming out each side. It's called a sheet bend. It's the simplest of all the knots. We're going to use this for just about everything. Take a loop here, and take the other rope, put it through the back, over and around the loop, and then that piece that you brought through the back, stuff the end through it. That makes what's called a sheet bend. That'll hold your weight, and we're going to make that really small. One thing I do with the sheet bend every single time is, instead of sticking the end straight through, take another looper called a bite and stick that bite through instead of the end. And what that does is, when you make the knot, any good knot will come out easily, and this is incredibly easy to undo even after tension's been put on it. If you put the bite through like that instead of the end, and this locks down, it's a good knot, easy knot to get out. But if you leave that bite in there, all you have to do is just pull on that end and it loosens up completely. I'm going to make this really tight. We've got a 10-foot hammock stand here, and we've got a 15-foot hammock stand over here. 10-foot hammock stands are nice. They're nice and portable. We've got one wrapped up over there to show you how we can carry it around. I'm going to make this sheet bend again, and you need to make the sheet bend for a 10-foot hammock stand really close to the end, so make it as tight as you can. And pull the rope again. Make a loop. Just taking the end, make a loop. Pull the other end of the rope through the back of that loop. Pull it around the loop all the way, and then stuff that bite through it. And you've got a nice strong loop that'll hold your weight. Same thing on the other side here. I'm going to take off all this extra junk. You really don't need this. A lot of extra weight, a lot of extra hassle. There are a lot of suspension systems out there, and I just go with using rope with a couple knots. It's the fastest thing that I have found, faster even than the commercial systems, and it's really quick to adjust, really simple to learn. You don't have to, if you don't know any knots, you don't really have to worry. This is really super easy. It doesn't get harder than this. What I'm going to do here is just, instead of tying a knot this time, I'm going to put the rope through the loop, pull that up through, and you can see now I've got a nice, easy way to pull that end through. You get rid of that extra rope along with the metal. Metal usually weighs 3 ounces, 4 ounces. You don't need any of that. Just put it straight through the gathered end. And again, let's do it from this side this time. We're going to make the loop on one side. Just make a loop. Not even a loop, just a bite. Make it as tight as we possibly can. Pull all this extra stuff in. Put the other end through the back. All the way through. Other end through the back of that little bite. Around the bite. Now make a new bite and put that underneath, stuff that underneath the edge. Turn that up a little bit. I'm going to show you all the different ways you can use this little sheet bend with the bite. And again, just to undo this, you can just pull the loop. If you want to make this safer so that you can't just accidentally pull this, tie this loop through itself, and that'll kind of lock it down. It's a really quick, easy way to make sure that you don't have an accident by pulling that end. In general, if I'm sitting at home or just setting up quickly, I'll just use it like that. Okay, so here on the stands, just attach it, and as soon as you set this, you sit a little bit of weight in it, it will lock down on the end. And the way you sit in the hammock, you can see with a little bit of curve. Ideally, they say 30 degrees is what you want. I usually like a little more than that. And the way to lie in it is to lie diagonal. You don't want to sit like a banana, curved and forced to bend up. You can get an almost perfect lay, and this Walmart hammock does a fantastic job of giving you a straight lay. You can adjust yourself by putting your legs to one side and your head to the other side. And you get a really comfortable lay. And the thing to avoid in the hammock is to avoid getting squeezed. You don't want the hammock wrapping around you. If you're too tight, if it's pulled straight when you set it up, it's just going to curve around you. You want these nice loose edges so you can stick one side out, turn a little bit, and you can adjust how you want your body to bend. You can lie on your side comfortably at the diagonal like this. The key is to lie at the diagonal, because that way you get a completely straight, flat lay across the cloth. And you can go either way, whichever way you're most comfortable, and you can straighten out like this. And again, if you want one side down more, you can move to one side. You want your head up, your legs in the